Hey, in today's video I want to talk to you all about mastermind groups. If you're a private music teacher or academy owner, you may have never even thought of joining a mastermind group. But today I'm going to show you how mastermind groups really helped me grow from my little studio of 0 to 30 students as a solo teacher up to 2,000 students in a massive team. And so we're going to talk about that, some hot tips, things for finding a great mastermind, tips for making sure you get the most out of it and so they don't waste your time, it doesn't just become a hangout session. And I'll show you exactly where to start if you are a music teacher or academy owner who wants to find a great mastermind without having to, dabble and waste time finding ones that are just not going to be your cup of tea. So we're going to go through all that. There's going to be heaps to learn. Grab pen and paper and we'll get into it right after this. Alright, before we get into it, make sure to like, subscribe and all that good stuff. It helps us just with the channel and also getting great videos out to you guys that are going to help you build a more successful music teaching business. There's a lot of broke, tired, stressed out teachers and academy owners. This channel is about ensuring you're not going to be one of them. Okay, let's get into masterminds and talk a little bit about them. Before I give you some key points I want to drill in on that you can take note of, I want to tell you a little bit about some of the experiences I've had in mastermind groups. I kind of got a bit addicted to them or just saw the real value in my early 20s, and it started with a group of 4 of us friends that had grown up together, had all started different businesses. One guy owned a cafe and was a builder, another was starting sort of a engineering sheet metal company, another was building a tea company like herbal teas and all that, and also doing some real estate stuff, and then I was building a music school and doing a bunch of other little projects as well. Now that group was a bit of fun because we were early 20s, full of energy. We probably had not very much money to our name, and we live in an area called the Hutt Valley, and so we called our group, our mastermind, HMC, which stood for Hutt Millionaires Club. And so it was just a wild joke. We never thought we'd be millionaires, but thankfully from working with those guys and other masterminds and building our businesses, all 4 of us actually did become millionaires, which is very cool. But anyway, the love for masterminds and what they can do for you started way back then. Since then I've been in various other different business groups like that. A mastermind, if you don't know, is kind of a group where you just meet on a semi-regular basis, keep each other accountable, help through different problems, ask tough questions, all that sort of stuff. It really helps you grow. Now, because I knew this was so valuable, I would instill this sort of thing around mentoring and groups and masterminds within my business. So in my music school, we developed a little leadership team that kind of became a bit of a mastermind group within our own music school. I started a charitable trust within our music school because we loved working with kids that couldn't afford lessons, and we started to see if we could scale that work and be able to raise lots of money. We ended up raising hundreds of thousands of dollars a year for free lessons, which we were able to provide. So I had to form a board, and I'm now the chairman of the board, and there's a bunch of other people. It's kind of a little mastermind group or a leadership team for that division of our music school. But now I'm in a group with some people, because I'm running Build a Music School as one of my main focuses, and so I'm with 4 other guys who are running similar music education things. We've got people that are doing there's the guy, Scott's bass lessons. He's got like 26 or 28,000 bass students. There's a few other guys, I won't name them all, but they're incredible. And so all these groups have really helped me in my business journey, and I'm going to share some of the highlights of what's been so great, and I want you to be encouraged to join one, really, to find one, to join one, because it will change your mindset and it will change your life as well. So there's 3 main things that I just want to tap into. The first real benefit of a mastermind group is that you've got the brain power of everyone in that room. And when you look at your problems and challenges, you can actually do like a real deep dive into those. So in most masterminds, it would be, hey, you've got 20 minutes, let's go. What's the challenge that you've brought along? And we would have, all these people looking at your challenge, and they're looking with a fresh set of eyes. They're not just blinded by the things you're blinded on. You're limited by what you don't know, the questions you don't know to even ask. Yet they're able to see it from the outside and ask you this, and what about this, and have you thought about this? And so 5 people is way smarter than 1. You got 5 times the experience, 5 times the number of books they've even read, 5 times the number of courses or memberships they've been a part of, and the list goes on and on. And so having a group of people that can really deep dive into your current problems and give it real focused attention and get down to what really is the core issue is just mind-blowing. It's so good. And often you'll have friends and you'll talk about business stuff, but a mastermind is just a total different level where you walk away with a whole lot more clarity, knowing what to do. So that's probably the first thing. Second thing, when you actually show up to the mastermind, you are wanting to solve your problems faster. And so that's one of the other things that a mastermind group really does. As long as you're humble enough to listen, as long as you're trustworthy enough to really show all the details, don't hide it and kind of, pretty up the problem and make it, sound not as bad as it is. Just be really open. Like in our current mastermind, people will share spreadsheets. They'll screencast, here's my financial numbers, or here's this launch thing that I did, or here's this staffing problem, and here's this email I've got going back and forth with the person. Like, get really brutally honest if you want to solve the problems faster. Otherwise, you kind of, just treating it as like a surface level problem, not getting down to the root core of it. Some other things that happen when you are able to solve the problems faster in your group is you've got people that have connections. So if you think about, a problem you've got, most problems can be solved by someone that's been there before, and they've done it, they've been through it, and they can just show you exactly, oh, yep, here's where you are, don't do this, this, and this, do this, this, and this, oh, and here's this resource that's going to fast track the whole thing for you. That's basically what our Build a Music School program is. You'll see that every day. People going, hey, I'm really struggling with this. And we go, oh yeah, we built a thing for that. Here's a whole video thing. Here's the template. Here's everything you need. It cost us $5,000, but you just have it. That's the sort of thing you want in a mastermind group. You've also got their previous experience around all that sort of stuff. So you learn, I know I just glossed over it, but what not to do. And so they can solve those pain points that you don't even know are coming because they've been through it and they probably didn't get it perfect. And they can tell you the things that you definitely shouldn't do as well as what you should do. I mentioned tools that they may have already built, connections they have. Sometimes it's literally, oh, you need to talk to my friend John. Here's his number. I'll do an email introduction. He knows exactly how to solve this. He'll give you a deal, that sort of thing. So that is the second big thing. Like, you can just solve your problems so much faster, but you've got to be humble. You've got to be open to being told what you're doing wrong, and you've got to be honest and show everyone, like, here's exactly what the problem is, and here's the numbers, here's the facts. I'm not trying to pretty it up. So that requires to build trust in a group, and so you can set the kind of the ground rules in your group. So if you find a mastermind or if you build one yourself, then you can really say to people, hey, I really want to be really honest, and I want to make sure that what we say in this room kind of stays in this room or on this Zoom call, whatever it is. So that's the second thing that I would encourage you to think through. Now, just before I go to the third thing, I just want to let you know that on our Build a Music School website, there is a free training that I did called the 3-Step Framework that grew my music school from 0 to 2,000 students. And it's a really great workshop. A lot of people have gone through it, given lots of great feedback, because it takes some of those bigger picture problem-solving things that I had to go through building a school, and you can apply all those principles and lessons and behind-the-scenes footage to your music teaching business, no matter if you got 0, 50, 100, 500 students. So check that out. It's on the homepage of the Build a Music School website, or there'll be a link down below. Let's move on to point number 3. So number 3 is accountability. Now that might sound like a warm, fluffy word, and I don't need that. I'm tough, and I'm driven, and all that stuff. I don't need that. I'm my own boss, and I can manage my time, etc. So can I. But accountability is like a whole nother level. When you're your own boss, you got no one holding you accountable, and that's great. That's freedom, right? But it's not actually what you need, and it is important to have that accountability, because when you do have that, when you're showing up with a group of guys or girls or mixed bunch, and you said last week, hey guys, the 3 things I'm going to nail this week are this, this, and this. You want to be there going, hey, I did it, here it is. Whereas if you're on your own, it's very easy, as you know, to just push things back and you know that those things that you're setting as goals with your mastermind group are the most important things. They're the highest value tasks on your list. They're the most core problems that unlock you more revenue or less time or less stress. And so by actually having a group that you know you're showing up to a meeting on Thursday at 2 o'clock to hang out with these guys, you want to have that done. And so you actually, I don't know, your whole mindset changes. You start to prioritize those things more, and that's where the real growth comes in. So it pushes you to actually complete the tasks that you want to do. For me, it also pushes me to prepare for my mastermind the night before as well. So on my calendar, we meet on a Thursday morning, 8 a.m. for me, and we're all around the world. But I, on the Wednesday night, have a slot for, half an hour, prepare for mastermind. And so I'm looking at my notes from last week. I'm looking at what are my big questions this week, what are my challenges, what's something awesome that I've been reading that I could share, something I've been learning, like a leadership thought or a little win that I've had, what's going to be beneficial to the rest of the group. So you're all contributing as well as holding each other accountable. So that is some of the most important things and that have made the biggest impact with mastermind groups for me. So if this has inspired you to go, yeah, I think I want that. It can be quite lonely being a music teacher. Sometimes in smaller towns or even bigger cities, music teachers are kind of their own little island. They don't want to work together because they might see themselves as competition, and they're really busy and all their evenings are taken up, and there's all these, there's just like a real lack of interaction with people in that industry for the music teaching side. They might play in bands, etc., playing gigs, but they don't sit down and go, hey, how's your teaching business going? How can we help each other? It just doesn't really happen. So if this video has inspired you to think, yeah, I want to join a mastermind group, I can see the benefit, I think I would want that, I want to grow a bit faster, have support, lower my stress levels, tap into everyone's brain power and connections, well, here's what I'd encourage you to do. You could go find your own group and reach out to people, but it's going to take months and months to build all those connections and find people that you really are going to connect with, and that you're not going to waste time going to all these meetings and trying to build trust. And you actually just want people that are yeah, I'm here, I'm invested, I want to get into this, I want to get to know you, and you can build that trust faster. You've also got to think around time zones and all that sort of stuff. And so here's what I would suggest you do. And yep, I'm biased, but it's really the best thing I've seen out there. In our Build a Music School program, it's really cheap. Part of the thing you get with your membership is to join mastermind groups. So we've got hundreds of the coolest, best music teachers and academy owners in the world, and we arrange all these groups. They've all got cool different names, different focuses that they focus on. They're all in different times, and so you can choose from which one's going to best fit you, your drive. Are you someone that's really wanting to go a million miles an hour, or are you someone that wants to really focus on lifestyle and chilling out a bit but building a strong business at the same time? Are you someone that wants to meet early in the morning or late at night? So we've got a huge amount of groups to select from, and these people are all really invested in what they're doing. So you already know the people that are focusing on some of the same core issues, strategies, and they have access to all the best resources that are going to help them, help you as well. And if you want to try a different group in 6 months, well, we can move you to a different group. And so this is where I would suggest you start. Come check out Build a Music School. You can have a free 7-day trial down below. If you like it, stick around. Let's put you in a mastermind group and focus on what is going to be the next big hurdle for you, and get you around the right people that are going to help you just run through that brick wall again and again, and you're going to grow a much more successful music teaching business. And you're going to have that support network, that accountability, you're going to solve problems faster. It's going to be awesome. So I can't speak highly enough about it. You can check out other testimonials on the link down below and hear what other people have to say. But that's where I would start. I wish, I joke about my HMC, the Hut Millionaires Club with my friends. That was cool. But man, if I had a mastermind group with the Build a Music School guys back when I started, my goodness, I would have saved some real headaches. So that's what I want for you as well. Check it out, link down below. Remember to like, subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.